do see Aqua Force versus Pale Moon. We're gonna let it play through the early turns here.
It is Zan, so Aqua Force, not surprising.
Very not surprised. Aqua Force going first.
And this is Nightmare Dolls that...
Nightmare Dolls pushed to 5 already.
Wow.
Let's see what they can do with 5 Counterblast.
I don't know if that's a good play from Zan necessarily, then, if...
Does he have a Carol and Soul? There is a Carol and Soul, and there are 3 ways to restand currently.
Oh my god. This is another deck that really got buffed by clan selection, and
that is a good turn of events right there.
This is very scary for Zan right now, because this is going to be a lot of attacks.
And just so everyone watching, Carol, when a grade 3 goes to Soul, you can counterblast 1, discard 2, and ride a grade 3 from Soul, and it is not a hard once per turn. So if you ride another Carol and you put another grade 3 in Soul, you're riding again.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that damage trigger, though, coming out this early is very nice.
For sure, because that does mean it's going to be a lot easier to guard those attacks this upcoming... for the rest of this turn. And we did see 1 Carol go to the damage zone earlier, so that means they're not going to be getting quite as many attacks as they were able to, potentially.
So let's see, they're going to counterblast 1, discard 2, and ride the second Carol from Soul. Oh, and looking at that Soul, that is a very menacing Soul. I see a jumping Jill for after that Alice attack, so they can reset that Edith and make it a 18k plus booster. That's very nice. Getting quick ride, draw. Gonna check the top 5 with Carol's skill. See what they put in the Soul. Looks like they put a grade 2. For those who don't know, on that ride skill, if they reveal a grade 3 to put in the Soul, they may call it instead.
Oh, yeah, that's strong, because then you can use... Oh, yeah. This Carol's not really going to be able to hit unless they get a trigger.
Going for the 1 drive, guard it if you dare.
I mean, it's fair to then assess the situation, see, okay, is it worth it to guard? Because they might get something like... Do they run? I'm looking at...
I believe this is an 8 front. I believe it is an 8 front deck.
Okay, yes, then... Okay, they're going for the no pass. They're not risking anything. And that was a
hit the front trigger.
Very good risk assessment. They're seeing, okay, they're probably going to hit a front because I've only seen 1 so far. So because of that, that does mean that they're not going to be taking this damage, but some of these attacks are going to be able to hit in the future.
They will have at least 3, maybe 4 more attacks that hit. Maybe 5, depending what happens here. Because they're going to swing with this Alice at 32, then restand. They have that booster to hit. And with that Alice, they will most likely call, I believe, a Jill and then reset that Edith in that other rearguard column. Mm-hmm. And that Edith will get a power boost. Oh, and the heal coming out.
Oh my god.
Oh, Zan. It's dirty. Why would you do this?
Ugh.
Why would you do this to my friend here?
Look at how they massacred my boy. That's gotta hurt. Getting a double trigger from a draw trigger on that first one and a heal. That means that 32k base, only Alice is gonna be able to really hit, because combining the Carol with the Edith, that's only a total
30.
of 30. So that means that they're still gonna have to bank on a trigger. And if they let Alice hit and that gets a trigger as well, it's lights out.
Oof.
For that turn at least.
It is not looking very good at 5 damage going into a turn 4 Thavas with already 2 Excel markers.
Yeah. That's definitely a rough situation. Ugh. Because then they can just go into Lambros, and that'll be so much damage.
And I don't even think a Jill boosted by an Edith will hit here, because that Edith is only going to get about 1, 2, 3. It's only get about 6 power. 14k booster, making it a 23k line. That would be... So they're going for the 1-pass here. And he's letting the 1-pass stand. Oh my god, he's risky. He's a risky boy.
I mean,
Now here's a choice if you want to swing in for the 32. See if there's any way we can get some value out of this soul. You can call an Abigail to get a grade 3 back at the end of the turn. That's really the only option we have at this point.
ugh.
If there are 2 dead cards in hand, you can also technically use a Carol to cycle your hand with an Excel draw and a drive check. That's not going to plus you in any way at all.
And man, that double trick really hurt it so badly. We would have seen this was looking like a really good turn too.
It was a very strong turn. Sometimes though, you just can't beat the Unga.
Yeah, and I mean, it was a good choice from Zan to stay at low damage for most of this game, because that does mean that it was an increased chance of hitting a damage trigger. Because there were more opportunities.
How many triggers were out prior to that? We see 1, 2. We only saw 2 triggers out. Not really sure what's in the hand, but we did only see 2 triggers out, so it's not super out of the ordinary. Looks like he is going for a Jill, throwing that Edith into the soul, maybe calling an Abigail out. So he is going to go for the cycle. Throwing a grade 2 and a grade 1 away.
Oh, and he's going for the Chelsea. Understandable, since there's no more times that they can use Carol's skill. And Chelsea is going to be able to at least get some power going.
Actually, he might be able to get a few more attacks out.
Ooh.
So if he calls an Abigail with Jill, and then attacks with Chelsea and calls out 2 Ediths, they will both get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll both get 10 plus another 10 from Chelsea. So on an Excel marker, they would be exactly 33.
Oh, okay. So that makes them just barely able to hit. Hopefully for Zeo Striker, Zan doesn't hit a 3rd damage trigger. Because
that would, however, only leave that Pale Moon player with 1 counterblast into the next turn if they were to survive.
yeah, because I don't think there's really that many ways that Zeo Striker is going to be able to win this turn, considering that Zan has a pretty nice hand of 7 cards and a 32k base.
Another option Striker can do here would be, after the Jill call, swinging in with Chelsea, calling out 2 interceptors at the very least to get 10k more power shield onto the field. I think almost all of us feel bad for that defensive shutdown, Greninja. Is he thinking about taking back this Jill?
Oh, he's putting the other...
Okay, he's putting the other Edith back to Soul.
That's understandable, because then this Edith is going to be getting 9,000?
Yeah, yep. So it'll be 9, so that'll go to 17. It'll still...
Sorry. No. Plus 2,000 for each, so it's 4,
yes,
plus 6.
6.
Yes. For some reason, I thought it was
is still a 1
3.
to pass then. That would make sense.
Yeah.
But now this is going to leave him with 0 counterblast for the next turn.
This is... Oh, okay. That front trigger was very needed.
Oh
my god.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
Oh my god, that's looking terrible right now for Zeo Striker. Zan saying in the chat, this normally doesn't happen.
Get out of here with that BM, Zan. We don't want to hear it.
We get it. You got especially lucky this time with the damage triggers. Oh my.
Someone check his CFA code.
Just GG, shake my hand.
I think all of us can feel the pain that Striker's feeling if you've ever played a Excel deck before, especially in the earlier days of Standard.
Ugh. Those days playing Nova Grappler in the set 1 Nova Grappler, that hurt. I remember with set 1 actually, I'd done a case split, and this was before it was found out that it was not a guaranteed SVR per clan in each case, because that was how it was for Japanese, but not for English.
Oh, I think you told me this story.
Yes, I have, and they recorded the case opening like on a video just so like to say, okay, you're not getting scammed, and it hurt. There was no perfect riser SVR, so I had 5 regular perfect risers.
Now, while we wait for Striker to dilute a little bit before he finishes this play, I would like to point out to chat that Vision Team Battle League sign-ups are currently ongoing and will be continuing to ongo throughout the month of March. You can join mid-season. At the beginning of the season, however, you will be able to take your team of 4 to 8 people and play whenever you would like, whenever you can find a team to play, and to increase your ELO rating system. At the end of the month, we will take the top 8 decks, top 8 teams that is, and put them into a formal bracketed championship for a pot of $100 for our Vision streams. Any gifts, donations, any sort of subs, all of that goes directly to the pot and will increase that pot. So if you have any rich friends, tell them to come on in and sub to support the team battle players.
For sure. It's very nice to actually have a tournament that, actually has some sort of prizing for the community. You don't see those with like official, the ones that are run by Bushiroad. So it's always nice when they're like these circuits.
It'll definitely yeah.
Oh, there are.
Yeah, we have over 100 participants signed up already, so this is going to be one hell of a tournament.
Yeah. Speaking of hell of a tournament,
look forward to
hell of a tournament right now. I mean, this game is one hell of a game. I mean, there's already 2 heals out on Zeo Striker's side. Ugh. And that means that it's going to be a lot less chance that they're going to be able to survive this turn.
Did the double Abigail play to add 2 grade 3s back to hand. It's possible that they have some PGs in hand. Also look forward to seeing our 2 beautiful faces every week on the YouTube channel during March, recapping the week of team battles, speaking to you guys, saying what's up, and basically just telling you what's been going down with the ELO system and who's in the lead, any sort of highlights we want to show you. This is going to be a nice, good time. This does not look like a good time for Zeo Striker, however. Does look like this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attack turn.
And this is looking absolutely terrifying.
Dropping the fronts. Dropping like it doesn't even matter.
Oh my god. And
that restand, that column will get +5. +5 each.
Yeah, so that's a +10k to that column, and that's as many attacks as there are cards in hand. This is looking very dangerous.
And they did add 2 grade 3s at the end of the turn, so it looks like they only have 3 cards left in hand that are possibly used to guard with. Using a PG, I'm guessing dropping one of the grade 3s that he added.
Yep, using one of those.
No
grade
fronts
3s.
here. Heal doesn't really matter. Get that heal out of deck so you can't check it next turn. It is very possible that one heal saves Zeo Striker. Can he pull the reverse sack that he probably so desperately deserves?
Nope.
Oh, he can't. Takes that damage and is a front.
That's unfortunate, but
Zan
Zeo
saying,
Striker...
shake my hand. Good game.
Shake my hand. Zeo Striker did put up quite a fight, though, despite having pretty bad beats, you know?